Well, Prasa is now in the sight of the Standing Committee on Public Accounts, which is led by Parliament. The committee wants to take a closer look at the passenger rail agency's governance, procurement practices and financial stability. Well, Prasa is currently executing a turnaround strategy after years of dysfunction that left South African rail gutted. Govan Whittles is finding out more. Govan, thanks so much for joining us. You're on this oversight visit. How much can SCOPA actually do apart from superficial inspections?
Well, they can look at exactly who's to blame for the state of this railway and the stations, and they've already started with tough questions. We're back at the Mabopane station. We were here last week, and you'll see in the background there the committee members are walking off with the Prasa's chairperson and some other officials from Prasa, and they've come to look at this Mabopane station, which was the reopened line, much touted for not having a single incident of vandalism after months of vandalism that stripped the overhead cabling in this area, and now the Standing Committee on Public Accounts is here to have a look at the reopening, what led to the station falling into a state of disarray, what the extent of the vandalism is, and what it'll take to get Prasa's infrastructure and trains back on the go across the country. Let's talk about this for a moment. Joining me is SCOPA member Alf Lees. He's had a look around. Mr. Lees, thank you so much for your time. So you've spoken to some Prasa officials, had a look at the station, the extent of the damages. What are your views?
Look, the damages are extensive and they needn't have happened. The security companies and operations were cancelled by the previous board and have resulted in millions of rand, 100 million rands worth of damage, which now has to be repaired. And if you look around, you can see the kind of damage that has been done: roofs stolen, walls, even bricks stolen. And so that's all got to be paid for now to be repaired. The service is operating on 13 trips each way into Pretoria at the moment, and we look forward to seeing that service improving and carrying many more than the passengers it's currently carrying, and taking those passengers out of the dangerous roads that lead into Pretoria.
So the SCOPA members are in Gauteng to inspect over 2 days critical parts of the process in getting trains up. You'll go to the Kibela factory, you'll have a look at the depot. Yes. You're at the train station right now, you'll meet with the Prasa board, you'll inspect several stations as well. What kind of questions are you hoping to answer as SCOPA here?
Look, the questions that we're hoping will get answers is the question of why it's happened. That's important, and who should be held accountable. But also, how is this going to be fixed? It's not just this station at Mabopane, it's throughout South Africa where the stations have been looted and are completely unoperational. It's going to cost many billions of rands to repair, and we need to know, and the public need to know, how this is going to be done and going to be protected so that it doesn't happen again, and that the passengers and the commuters get the services that they must get.
All right, thank you so much. That's Mr. Alf Lees. He's a member of SCOPA, and you'll see them continuing with the tour. From here, we'll move to the depot, where the Prasa executives will explain why so many of the new trains, the blue trains, the people's trains, are stuck at the depot and unable to operate in Gauteng and across much of the country. So it'll be a day of Prasa being held to account, and we'll certainly be there once the MPs ask the tough questions. It's back to you for now, Annika.
Thanks so much, Govan. I'm glad that MPs can ask tough questions. I tried yesterday with a Prasa spokesperson and I didn't get as far as I would have liked. So thanks. That's Govan Whittles on an oversight visit there at Prasa.